another night of the hunt. Be sure to fill your Sumerian chalice. Be sure to overfloweth your popcorn in your fucking bucket, yeah? It's time to go for another night of hunting. Join me as we fuck around a little bit tonight. Hunters, prepare thyselves. Tonight is a night we bask in the blood of the beasts. Without further ado, let's continue the hunt. Never have we ever had an intro scene where we could fucking make this happen. Two scenes in a row of the 360 cam, motherfuckers. Bloodborne is the GOAT.
Welcome, my friends, to another night of the hunt, where we get to experience a little bit of fucking lore and a lot of death. I always like the games that allow you to Oh, same here. Oh, it means a lot more than you know, Dan. First person view games, 2D games. It hurts a little inside when we can't do the 360.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, dear. You're much too eager.
Ah, that's because I haven't
It's so
used the
much
blood
fun, okay?
from before. But at the same tone, we need to go get someone. So, if you remember, when we rescued Amelia, there was a crazed, somewhat... I can't phrase it any other way. A fucking asshole on the other side of where she was. Everyone else in the area, very, very, very much... Oh, I really do appreciate the cathedral church. I appreciate everything that they're doing. But there's one guy that was like, oh, bringing in outsiders, are we? Well, go fuck yourself. So, that person, after bringing Amelia into this area, is available for us to commune with properly. We just have to do it in a way that is completely opposite from the way that you would expect. Which is completely fucking opposite to the way that he really wants things to go. So, we're gonna go rescue him. Even though he's a bit of a cunt. Just a scotch of a cunt. Just a bit of a fucking asshole. But we are definitely going to rescue him. Even though he's a bit of a bitch. A bit of a slut. A bit of a cunt. A bit of an asshole. Which I've said several times over at this point. Because he's a bit of a cunt. A bit of a shit nugget. A bit of a cunt nugget, as it were, from the Dan. I like that. I really like that. A bit of a cunt nugget. Yeah. Not a very friendly person in general. This person we can rescue. We just have to use reverse psychology on them, which is just a little bit of bullshit. Just a little bit of fucking bullshit. Ow. Oh, hi, cunt. It's a good thing we didn't build up our souls. I mean, our blood echoes. What did we get to last night? I don't know. Watch the VOD, cunt. That went well. Intentional. VOD's one of those. A thing of the past, really, isn't it? I still haven't saved any of this playthrough to YouTube yet, to be quite honest with you all. So this may be just one of those if you fucking missed it, you missed it moments. If you weren't here for the playthrough, well, sorry to say. I hope, I really, really do hope you like imagining things. That's about all you're gonna get. I got sunburnt yesterday and I'm exhausted. I got fucked over by work yesterday with being short-staffed, and it was fucking terrible, terrifying, and we also had no servers and no internet. If you could imagine a life without servers, without internet, without the ability to book a sail out to FPOS, to credit card, to anything. That was my day today. We're not yet yesterday. That was my day today. So, to say at minimum, I had a day where I wanted to fucking shoot myself in the eye sockets with golfing tees from a slingshot. That was my day. I hope you had less of a day, kitty. I love ya, but fuck my life. That's where I ended up at 2 o'clock this afternoon. I would rather have had 2 golf tees aimed at both of my eye sockets through a ging or a slingshot. Pulled back at full fucking length and just thrust into my fucking eye sockets. I didn't eat yesterday because I forgot to do so. You're not the only one because of reasons which I just described. Went to bed. All I had was a slice of pizza, cup of coffee. Shit was wild. Made sure I ate this morning. I'm glad you ate this morning, Kitty. I'm glad you ate this morning. I hope you eat a little bit more today. I hope you take care of yourself a little bit more than what I did today. This is definitely not one of those one-up-you moments. Please look after yourself. We do care about you.
What's this 2-bit nonsense you're peddling? I heard you told that wench about some shelter. Well, she's a damn fool to trust an outsider. Why? Well, her sort's probably just fixing to feed some of your coin.
Well, that's right. She's a bit of a slut. I mean, a harlot. I mean, a Previs, how you going? Welcome the fuck on in, Previs. How was Deus Ex Machina? I mean, Deus Ex Human Revolution. How the fuck was that? Holy shit. I'm pretty sure Deus Ex is one of my what are they called? One of the things that recommends testing the limits to my computer, and to which I discovered that ain't so great. So I hope you had a fucking great time. I hope your computer just went, fuck yeah, I'm eating it all up. Was awesome. Been an amazing playthrough so far. Fuck yeah. I actually haven't played any other than doing little experiments with the graphics card. I haven't actually played a Deus Ex playthrough ever. If you would recommend, I would totally fucking take it. You should be able to run it. It's fine. Fuck yeah, okay. Oh, you do know how to say it properly. Deus Ex. Deus Ex. If I could recommend to anyone out there, Deus Ex. It's great. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Human Revolution was the one on the 360, so it should be fine. Okay, all right. God, I fucking Can we play oh shit. Can we I know that I don't know about you, but my vagina is wet. Has won the night so far. So Mage, you're gonna have to try a little bit harder.
Alright, what crafty lies does the outsider have today? You think I'm an easy mark? Yeah? Well, give me your best shot.
Alright, so for those of you playing at home, Rainbow, I'm going to leave this one up to you. Rainbow, where would you leave our fuckhead of a friend here? Where would you tell this cunt to go to Odin Chapel? Or would you tell this fuckhead of a person who completely disobeys everything that you say, would you tell this person to go to Yosefka's clinic? Where would you tell this fuckhead of a person to go? This asshole. This person who doesn't trust a thing you say. Where would you tell them to go? Wrong. You tell them to go to Yosefka's clinic because they disobey you.
Yeah, sorry. Too sharp for that bollocks. I know a superstition when I hear one. Outsiders. Even their lies are predictable. What? Still preying on folks with your book of lies? Yeah, fine. Come on, show me what you got. Tell me about your little safe place.
Where was it? Where was it, Rainbow? Clinic? Yeah, we got to tell them about the clinic.
Yeah, sorry. Too sharp for that bollocks. I know a superstition when I hear one. Outsiders. Even their lies are predictable.
This guy's a cunt. Nobody likes this guy at all. We really do wish. B!
We are being raided!
Behave yourself. Don't come in here with your fucking raid. With your ranch simulator and all your shit. And expect me to go, welcome on in, gorgeous. How you doing? Thank you so much for the fucking raid. How was Ranch Simulator? I hope you're fucking doing well. Throny! Cat. I feel like I've got a stammer, like a stutter. Fuck. Life's pretty straight without Kit Kats. Imagine what they'd be like without Twisties. How you doing, Kit Kat? Welcome on in. Hope you're well. Thank you so much for joining us. And how was the night? B. What's going on, gorgeous? How the fuck have you been? Slut? Not you, sorry. This person up here that needs to be forsaken. Sals, what's going on, gorgeous? How you doing? Jay, welcome on in, gorgeous. Welcome. Fuck, there's a lot of good people coming in from B. Good company. B, what the fuck? You've plucked like fucking, oh. You've plucked some really fucking good company from the communities here. Oh my god. Welcome on in, everyone. Welcome. What the fuck is that pinned comment? That is the best moment of the night ever, hands down. Don't worry about it. You weren't here for it. If you want to be here for it, watch the VOD. Boy, what's going on, gorgeous? How you doing? I broke it. This is Throat, would you fucking Throat? Can you stop it with the alternate fucking account, please? I want to VIP them all, but I can't. Choose one, cunt. Please choose fucking one. This is your bullshit. I call bullshit. I don't believe you. Until you rock up here, like... What are we at? Okay, how long after we are full moon, right? It was a full moon 2 weeks ago. Almost 2 weeks ago now. So if you can be here with this particular account for 4 nights in a row, I will VIP it. Wait, hold on. Westerly. Okay, we get Westerly. 4.5 nights. If you can be here on this account with 4.5 nights in a row, I will VIP this account. Otherwise, no VIP for you. And a half. It has to be a half. You tell me at 12 o'clock midnight, you be here from the beginning of the night, 12 o'clock midnight, you say, bitch, I'm out. Using these exact words, quote, unquote, bitch, I am out. You will earn your VIP Talk about fucking setting the bar high. Goddamn. It needs to be done with someone like you that has like fucking 60,000 fucking accounts. I can't VIP every single fucking one of them, can I? What happened changing it to Throat Lord? You don't know how much throat is involved with being a lord. Oh, like deep throat lord. It needs to be it needs to be done. It needs to happen. Sal's, thank you so much for being here, gorgeous. Thank you, thank you. By the way, you've been here enough. Hold on, let me just fucking kill this cunt of a thing. Nobody loves the dogs in this game. Oh shit! Sal's, how long? That one was for you, Sal's. Give me a moment, and we gotta make you VIP. If my internet fucking works. Don't go any. Don't you fucking dare go anywhere, Sal's. Fuck off. I'm busy. There we go. VIP. Sal's. Do your thing. There we go. Everything is right in the world. I hope you have a fantastic night's sleep, Sales. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being amazing. Fuck off to bed. Love you. Here's our friend.
Ah, you. The swindling off-comer. Did you really think that'd work? There's no fooling me. Now, off with you. You heard me. Go away. I can't stand the stench of your lying breath.
Sounds like the way I feel about your mum's vagina. Can't stand the smell of it. Shut up. Shut up. I'm trying to hold it together. I'm trying to hold. This is serious. This is a very serious playthrough. Shut up, Dennis. Oh, fuck.
Yum vagina.
To quote Dickie, I don't know about you, but my vagina is wet. God damn it. Breathe. Fucking breathe. Oh, God. And here we are back at...
Serious my ass.
Odin thanks you for your generous gift.
I feel like my ears have been like, if you could imagine a couch, that may or may not be owned by Pornhub, and if you could imagine a producer standing right next to me saying, I know how to make you at least $100 to $200 a night, coercing me into a scenario where not only Shadima has fucked me in one ear with $11, but also Rainbow has fucking gifted a tier 1 sub to Wet Pussy Cats in Heat. That's what's going on right now. By the way, we've still got about $80, $89 to go before we make up like the hourly rate of this said couch from Pornhub. Just so you know. Very serious playthrough here. Very serious. Wow. This is the first and only time we call this Hunter. Hello, old Hunter Henriette. Welcome. Oh, fucking hell!
Queef for me, pappy.
Thanks you for your generous gift.
Can we just take it? Can we just take a moment to appreciate the fucking tag team experience that we're having right now? We're talking the realm of Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage style tag team experience here in a scenario where we have Sil gifting us $10 to say "Queef for me, pappy," followed up by Rainbow stating "Finger my butt."
Thanks you for your generous
And then followed up by the fucking elbow slam off the top ropes. Creamy Bussy. Holy shit. This is some next level fucking We need to play some 2K fucking WrestleMania here at the moment. You guys are teaming up on me stronger. I can't. I don't have a defense here. I feel like I'm being gangbanged at the moment. If you could imagine me on a couch, single white female, maybe mid-20s, being ganged up on by about 11 to 13 male 13.5-inch each protagonists. Sick boy, I love you. Not gangbang. That feels a little bit rough. Would you say? What would you say? What would you say? Not gangbanged, as it were. Just artistic differences would be the way I would put it. Showing their artistic differences. Are you alright there, Henriette? I don't know about you, but my crutch is as tight as yours is right now. And I'm not even playing a female character. Feels like I've just fucking I've just put my I've put my slacks, my straps, my slack straps in a binding trap right now and set the trap off, and the slacks have been bound right up to force my man camel. Whereas you've got a moose knuckle happening right now. Let's go! Oh, fuck. Fucking Sumerian cunts. For those of you who are wondering why I call them Thamirian cunts, just wait until you see one of the later Thamirian Chalice dungeons. Have a look at their faces, take it all in. We will be slowly but surely making sure that you see that these people in these dungeons, these Thamirian dungeons, have come up above ground and are helping out with what's happening here with the good church. Now, what you're about to see here is spoilers for anyone who hasn't. You're with us for the ride. You're not with us for the playthrough. We're about to see Vicar Amelia. Now, anyone who is a part of the Healing Church or the Vicars, their bestial form becomes a little bit more apparent than any others. There's a little bit of lore here with the Hunters. I think it's the Hunter's badge or the Hunter's something. We'll quickly go over that again. But anyone who has anything to do with the Healing Church, and also being a part of a certain group, their state of being is a little bit more bestial than any others. And you'll see Vicar Amelia hunched over what she believes as to be. There are two thought processes here. One, my thought process is she is praying and putting all of herself in a belief that is failing her right now. And we show up at the time that belief or that trust in that belief has absolutely failed her, and she changes. There is another thought process with a few people that this moment that you're about to see, she's putting her full faith and belief in this moment, trying not to change. And our interruption is the thing that changes her into the beast that she's about to appear as. So, let's go have some fun.
And feast upon the old blood. Our thirst for blood satiates us, soothes our fears. Seek the old blood. But beware, the frailty of men. Their wills are weak, minds young. The foul beasts will dangle nectar and lure the meek into the depths. Remain wary of the frailty of men. Their wills are weak, minds young. Were it not for fear, death would go unlamented. Seek the old blood.
Seek the old blood.
Let us wish to partake in communion.
Let us partake in communion.
And feast upon the old blood.
Let us feast upon the old blood.
The blood satiates us, soothes our fears. Seek the old blood. But beware, the frailty of men. Their wills are weak, minds young. Will dangle nectar and lure the meek into the depths. Remain wary of the frailty of men. Their wills are weak, minds young. Were it not for fear, death would go unlamented. Seek the old blood. Let us pray, let us wish to partake in communion. Let us partake in communion and feast upon the old blood. Our thirst for blood satiates us, soothes our fears. seek the old blood. But beware, the frailty of men. Their wills are weak, minds young. The foul beasts will dangle nectar and lure the meek into the depths. Remain wary of the frailty of men.
Ludwig was the first of many healing church hunters to come,
Were it not for fear
many of whom were
death
clerics. As it was, clerics transformed into the most hideous
Let us wish
beasts.
to partake in communion. Let us partake in communion and feast upon the old blood. Our thirst for blood satiates us, soothes our fears. Seek the old blood, but beware.
Let's go.
Their wills are weak, minds young. Were it not for fear, death.
Still gripping to it with everything she has. Like that's gonna save you now. Welcome to Vicar Amelia fight.
Somehow I don't think the vibe is right.
Fuck you, cunt, whoever that was. Farewell, Henriette. pendant of Vicar Amelia, used to change into a blood gem, which fortifies weapons. This pendant, passed down among the vicars who heed the healing church, is a reminder of the cautionary adage. To reveal the adage, touch the altar skull. Which we're not going to do right now. This is absolutely what the fucking game wants right now, but we have a few little other areas that we got to go explore. Plus, we have 24,666 things to use. We got to go use them before there's a little bit of a level up in purchasing. Ooh.
Welcome home. What is it you
desire?
Very well, let me
We desire this. So what triggered Amelia to turn at that specific moment? So there, as I was saying before, Mage, there are two trains of thought here, where my train of thought is it was triggered as time has run out. She's still holding on to this pendant with like so much ferocity. She's holding on to it like it is the bane of her existence. There is nothing else that matters in her world. Her faith is the thing that is stopping her from changing into a beast. But you notice as she's talking to this thing, when we show up, a moment wavers and she grips it even tighter, and she notices a change in herself, and she begins this one of the most visceral moments in the game, one of the most visceral changes in the game, where we get to witness her turn into this beast. There is another train of thought out there from my last playthrough. I've learned 5 years ago that this moment that she is holding on to and repeating the adage over and over about the old blood, about salvation, we show up at a particular moment where it breaks her concentration, and for just a moment she loses herself, and that allows the beast to take over, allows this thing inside that has been for so long writhing, trying to escape, and changes her into what we fight, Vicar Amelia. The beast of Vicar Amelia. So I'm still under the impression that we show up at the right moment, just at the moment that she changes, because of other reasons throughout this playthrough. But there is another community out there that I have learned through my last playthrough that that moment is the moment that she wavers from her belief for just a second, just a monicum, just a moment. And that allows for the beast to break through, to take over, to change her. The only thing that throws me against that instance is her gripping onto her this thing. Where is it? Her pendant. with the moment that we walk in, if in fact that we did break her, there would be more, I would imagine more of a breakaway from her clasping this thing with all of the energy that she has within herself to stop her from changing. Whereas my way of thinking is that we're showing up at just that right moment where the beast inside takes over. There is no choice. She clasps this thing. There is no letting go of this. This is her belief. This is what she has reconciled within herself for so long. Her belief in the healing church, her belief in what she believes in, stops her from changing. And she's still clasping that with everything she has left. And nothing is going to break that. So my thought is we show up at the right moment. Other people's thought is we show up at a moment where she's kind of talking to herself and it breaks her concentration and she changes. Whichever way you want to think about it, fucking cool. My thought about it overall, fucking cool moment. Whether you want to believe that she was the one who broke concentration or we were the one who broke her concentration, either way, fucking amazing moment in the game where we learn a little bit more about those who are a little bit more indoctrinated into the church. Their bestial form is so much more than those who have just partaken in communion of the blood. Not the old blood, but just blood, like old Yharnam. There are beasts in there that we can walk into and see. From Jura, we learn a little bit from Jura, the old hunter, that these people in this area, they're all human. They were all human and have changed into the beasts that they are now. Especially the female beasts, the ones with the capes over their faces, which we kind of learn by seeing the statuettes throughout Yharnam and old Yharnam, with the predominantly male statuettes being unmasked, forthright, standing like there is nothing against them, whereas the female statuettes are all cloaked. Some of them which are not, I wouldn't say cowering, but are shrouding themselves away from whatever is going on at that moment. If we can go back to which part is it? Old Yharnam here. This is probably going to be the best way to explain it. For me, anyway. Shadow, what's going on, baby? Welcome on in. So right here, we rock up at a certain moment. Old Yharnam. Jura, if Jura was still alive, Jura would be telling us not to kill the fucking beasts in this area, because the beasts are essentially human. The powder kegs have been sent to destroy each and every one of these poor souls, and Jura has basically stated, I'm not going to put up with it anymore. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to kill innocent human lives, even though they're changed now for good. By the way, male. Another male. another male. 2 males. Now the female around here. Cloaked. Now the only reason why I go for this thought process of the cloaked ones are female over the male uncloaked ones. We get a little bit from the statues along the way. Like all of these statuettes, female cloaked, shawls over the faces, no faces showing, etc, etc, etc. But if you go back in time a little bit and do a little bit of research online, there is a certain era of time where females were, especially photos of infants and whatnot, wet nurses, mothers, whatnot, were taken, black and white photos were taken with shawls over their faces. So the mother / wet nurse could not be seen at all. Only the baby could be seen. I'm still unsure of the symbolism. I'm still unsure of the reasoning behind this, but it was a thing. It was absolutely a thing, where females wouldn't show their faces in photos, no matter whether it was the wet nurse or the mother with babies. There is a lot later on with this game that goes into babes. And it gets a little bit uncomfortable. So I'm gonna try and hint at lore throughout this playthrough, but at the same time, not jump right into full lore when there's nothing to substantiate what's going on at that moment. Tiny bit. I have been mentioning throughout this playthrough, any moment where there is a pram, where there is something that would include a babe. I don't think there's anything around here right now. But there are moments earlier on, and there are moments in this area where there are prams and other things that make you think there's a little bit more here. There's a little bit more that's going on that I really don't want to know about. It gets a little bit brutal. And it's the same as the lore behind the doll, and behind Gurman, and behind Lady Maria of the clock tower, which we will go into when we get to the DLC.
Welcome. What is it you
I don't really desire a lot,
Very well. Let me
because I
start.
can't really do a lot with what I have. We channeled a few things. Maybe we could buy a few things. Maybe a few more blood vials before the price goes up. The lore is a bit iffy in some places. It's not iffy at all, I don't think. Because Miyazaki makes games as a choose-your-own-adventure experience, there's a lot to surmise as being true factual lore, like hard set lore, and then there's other moments that are left up to the interpretation of the player at the time, which I love. This is why I keep coming back to this game every so often. This is why it's my favorite game in not only Souls history, FromSoft history, but this is my favorite game of all time. Because there's just so much that can be taken from this game in any given moment. Change the direction of the storyline, change the direction of the way that you want to think about the game. Cat Dog, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being amazing. I hope you have a great night. In Bloodborne, not only Bloodborne, but any FromSoft game, there's always a lot of lore that's left out. Bloodborne, because it is so well loved, there's a lot of stuff in Bloodborne that has been what's a really good term? There's a lot of lore in Bloodborne that has actually been lack of a better word, nutted out. That's probably the best way of me saying it. There is so much lore in Bloodborne that has been just absolutely fucking gone over with a fine-tooth comb because so many people love this game. Not saying that the other FromSoft games aren't as well liked and whatnot, but I feel like this is the one that no matter how many playthroughs I play, there will be someone saying that I don't think that's the way it goes, or I don't feel like that is the way that things happen, etc, etc, etc. And for me, I love people that come in and break apart my experience and kind of pull it to the fore, where I've got to really justify what's going on and say, this is why I think this is happening. Whereas every other Souls-like game that I've played, I get to think what I fucking like. And not a lot of people, like, besides the backseating shit, but not a lot of people interject with their own moments in the game. Like, I know we don't like spoilers and stuff like that in normal games and whatnot. And we're not talking about that. We're talking about moments that have passed in the game, I've already experienced, we can talk freely about. There is not a hell of a lot of people that have come through and gone, your take on that isn't quite the way that I've had that moment. And then explain themselves thusly. It's just been, that's what you're experiencing. That's what you get. Let's keep carrying forward. Bloodborne's the only game that I've experienced every single fucking time that I've played it that someone is like, I don't see that the way that you see it. And we've all kind of learned a little bit more about it from that reasoning, if you get what I mean. It's not like I've changed my position at all on what I believe, but at the same time, love what you're saying, really would like to hear more. Why do you think this? And let the lore flow through. Let everything flow through that we've seen thus far. If there's stuff in there that is like later game shit, then keep that pinned to yourself. Or state that I've got another thought process behind this, but for now, right now, you're not in the state or the form or the place or the time that we can really talk about this openly without confusing people that have never played this before. I think Elden Ring is the same with the abundance of lore. There's bound to be something we disagree on lore-wise and discuss it. Absolutely. But right now, Lamb's gonna die. Fuck off. It's bound to happen. Death by stick boys, and these stick boys absolutely suck. The frenzy state that they throw you into sucks dick. And it's funny that we still get quicksilver bullets from them. Total NAM deaths? Probably in the 20s? Probably in the 20s. More than likely in the 20s. Maybe getting to the 30s. Bloodshot eyeballs. We need these for the Thumerian. For the Thumerian labyrinths. We need to gain as many of these as possible. We'll be back here. This is double digits? Yeah, no shit. It's probably more. No, it's definitely not triple digits at the moment. Not right now. We're at least at 20 something. At least. But we're at I just realized what insight level we're at. We could absolutely increase that right now. Got a crash. Have a good. No worries, Dan. Much love to you, gorgeous. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being fucking phenomenal as always. I hope you had a great night. Hopefully in tomorrow night's cunt down there has a tondress. We don't want to be here right now. Those hunters right now down there. There's a little bit of fucking around. Those hunters are going to help us reach a certain point of the game, certain level in the game with some lore items that we can't really gain right now without doing online shit, which is fucking annoying. Bloodstone shards. More Thumerians. Hello, darlings. Now, the only reason why I keep referring to these things as Thumerians is make sure you have a really good look at their fucking facial features. And when we go back, see the white face? The big elongated face. Not so much the bells. But yeah. Their elongated faces, everything about their stature, their appearance and whatnot. That's going to tell us the story, ultimately, with why I think, not only think, but I can guarantee you that they are Thumerians that have come above ground and roam the world of Yharnam. And it all has to do with the shit. It all has to do with the Thumerian labyrinths. Because we're going to visit, we're going to verse at one stage, and I can let you guys know, because you're obviously expecting it now. We're going to verse an old Thumerian lord at one stage in the Chalice dungeons, and you'll see how they look. You'll see the elongated white face. You'll see their stature and whatnot, and you'll go, holy shit. I'm so annoyed that I never got up to the last Chalice dungeon boss. Oh! You know what it is though, right? I think I'm literally going to re-platinum this game on the PlayStation 5. My save file delete. Oh! It's not a phenomenal fucking thing. It's like, holy shit. It's definitely one of those holy fucking shit moments. Especially going through all of the dungeons just to get to that moment and going, holy fuck, is that everything? Still trying not to spoil it for anyone else. It's not the boss nor the name of the boss. It's the name of the... It's the name in the name of the boss that blew you away. Okay. The name... The name of the... The name... The name in the name. You trying to get me to mention the name of the boss? The final fucking fight? The final... I don't know. The blank... There's something of something... We talking about the same boss here? I was more underwhelmed. And imagined what the fuck you're doing down here being the final fight of the Chalice dungeons. I hope so. Maybe I was too dingus today after the work to think. No. Looking forward to discussion. Good. For me, the Thumerian Chalice dungeons are like, there's a lot of build. There is definitely... Sorry. There's definitely a lot of build towards the finale. And the finale for me was more like... Oh. You're here. But there is a lot of lore surrounding you up there. But the thing that we get down here from you as a final boss fight, as it were, explains so much about what happens up here. Layers, onions, fucking onions, man. In this game, there's so much going on. But for me personally, the boss fight, the final boss fight of the dungeon, was very, very underwhelming. Underwhelming? Very unexpected.
Welcome home. What is it you...
As a finite
Very
thing.
well, let me step.
Fuck, it's hard to talk about, right? It's so hard to talk about in terms that, like, gonna keep people interested and on the hook and wanting to watch more. But at the same time, what the fuck are you talking about, cunt? What are we... Yeah. Cathedral Ward. Entire conversation can be seen as a wink, wink, nudge, nudge type of For every single person that has ever seen a Bloodborne run through, the wink, wink, nudge, nudge moment can be talked about as a wet nurse. Someone outside of a wet nurse. That's probably where I'd be willing to leave it.
I'll spare you one nugget of advice.
All right, then.
There the beggar sits at the bottom of the bloody food chain, and then he's here acting like he owns the place. He's not to be trusted. What's he want with all those people anyway? That little weasel has a murky past, I'm telling you.
This is the motherfucker that we told to go to Yusefka's clinic. And the cunt's showing up here because he does everything the opposite of what we ever fucking say.
Give it a rest, please. I've no time for your petty lies. And what? Just go away now. I can't stand the stench of your lying breath.
Yeah, fuck you. I can't stand the stench of your weaseling cunt-lying face. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I belt you across the fucking head with that? It's alright, we didn't kill him, so it doesn't matter. That was a whoopsie. I don't like him as a character. I kind of wish we didn't have to deal with him, but we do, unfortunately. Oh, my finger twitched. Oh, sad. Did we take away a lot of your life? Oh! Well, shit, sorry. Sorry, Daddy. All right. we don't have to go down because we've experienced the beast. Now we go up. Motherfucker. Can you stop burning me, motherfucker? Ow. Did he just call you a lesbian rat? No. A vagrant rat. Far beyond the proverb that you've described me as right now. I mean, if you describe me as a lesbian armadillo or a what else has a really long fucking tongue? I would probably say, yep, that adage is correct. But rats, for as I know, don't have long tongues at all. They have very short tongues. Armadillo, anteater. There's actually a new movie, a new documentary out on YouTube, which goes into the care of a... What is it? It starts with a P. Not a Penglay. Someone look it up on Netflix right now. Documentary about what looks like an ant, but not an anteater. A pangolin. That's the one. That's the one. Fragger, thank you. Now, if you said to me that you call me a lesbian pangolin, that would kind of make sense. That would be like, yes, definitely. But rat, no. Nibbles and bites over lick. Definitely never a lesbian rat. Vagrant rat, on the other hand. This is gonna get us some more fucking bullets, which is great. You. Should have thought a little bit harder about what you were going to say to me as a final showdown saying, a moment of, oh, we've got a little bit of a treasure chest here. blood-tinged gemstone. Blood attack? Eh. I mean, we could probably put that on our gun. It'd help out a little bit. But blood tinge, we haven't really focused our setup on blood tinge at the moment. Right, cunt. Kind of busy right now. Internet is being weird. No worries, throat daddy. For right now we're in the workshop of the cathedral church. So a little bit of backstory for those of you who heard a little bit out of the know. German, who we haven't had a hell of a lot to do with through this playthrough so far, but we understand is the very first hunter in the realm of Bloodborne, and also very much the one and only person who fucks with weapons, who loves to make weapons for the hunt. This moment right here is a moment of realization that the cathedral church, for us as a hunter, not so much for German, we're just going backstory German, but for us as a hunter, this moment here is realization for us that the cathedral church have tried to take away our profession to hone in on our profession, to make their own conscript of hunter, to create their own version of hunter other than what has come to be prior to German and his old hunters. So right now we're in the old Yarnum work. What do we call it? The workstation, the work center. You can see the saw cleavers. You can see the saw heads. You can see the blade heads. Everything that is needed to create a hunter's weapon is here. Ready for the cathedral church to utilize and make their own version of us. Well, version of weapon of ours. But it's the clerics. The clerics are the ones who are coming in and muscling in on our turf, as it were. Motherfucker! God damn, I love this game. Just popped in, loving the lore. Fuck yeah, welcome on in. Thank you so much for being here. Forget about him, didn't you? Yeah, I was getting caught up too much in the lore. There are two types of playthrough that I would love to do this with this game, Elix. One of which would be, if at any stage in my life, would be the jailbroken, what I would call the jailbroken lore run through, which would be infinite health and unlimited stamina and unlimited DPS. That way, moments like this wouldn't fucking matter. We could walk into it and explain what's going on here. Alright, cunt. Fucking hell. Really? Are you... That will be the time for Chalice Dungeons. We've already done some Chalice Dungeons. We've gone into the Thumerian lore already. Stick around if you want to learn a little bit more about the Thumerian lore. Well, what I think anyway. Still running on this game. No prior knowledge. No YouTube knowledge. No fucking Vadi video. These are all my own findings, which I'm proud to say, that have come untainted thus far. Just from being my favorite game, and also 5 years ago, my first run through of the DLC, having a lot of really fucking cool people come through and willing to discuss lore without spoiling ahead of time. Willing to discuss lore within the realm of the moment that we're in right now. There have been a lot of fucking amazing people in the Bloodborne community. Hi, dickhead. Loving the TV series Viking. Ragnar as a character is so good. Oh, yeah. Floki's fucking amazing. I love Floki, but Ragnar... Ragnar's gonna be one of those characters that you'll never be able to, for me personally, never live down as higher than high. The best of the best acting experiences in my life. He's fucking good. He's fucking good as Ragnar. Lore aside, Viking lore aside and whatnot, he's just fucking amazing as an actor. Man, about gathering up, gearing up. The blood gems would help with your overpowered setup. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Never really been into that stuff. I'm not one about. We explained very early on in this game and in this build, quote unquote. I'm not into builds. I don't like builds. I like playing the game for the lore. I like playing the game for the storyline. I fucking hate playing the game for builds because it doesn't matter to me. Ultimately, especially when you're at the end of the game, it doesn't fucking matter what you're rocking. There's a certain boss at the end of the game that really doesn't give a shit about what you spec for. It is one of those true. That's why I love this fucking game so much. The end of the game is literally based upon your skill level at that point, and not what you've earned or what you're rocking or what your setup is or any of that really minuscule bullshit stuff. And I need to fuck you. Enjoy your coffee. I wanted to imagine, in case you didn't know, I'm not one for giving a shit about anyone's opinion when it comes to backseating. When it comes to talking about lore, and when it comes to talking about the game itself, I'm all about it. But when it comes to talking about backseating and what you think is my best setup or what you'd prefer as my best setup, that's a you thing. No one gives a fuck about it but you. I certainly don't give a fuck about it. And that is the bottom line, because Stone Cold me fucking said so. I wasn't trying to change your setup. Don't mention it then. That's the best way to that's the best way for me to fucking tell you what's what. Don't mention it. Fuck, the guy has a machine gun and a wheelchair? So good. Got a little bit more out of this than what we should have. And there's our friend from around the corner that usually gives us a little bit of trouble and has absolutely been taken care of at this point. You just don't know what the fuck's going on. Or what's about to happen in the game until it fucking happens. Which is the great thing about FromSoft with their jubbly bubbly, hibbly jibbly moments in the game where you're like, oh, this character kind of jittered out, or this character broke through the fucking wall line of the game, glitched through, whatever. Shit happens. There's a certain moment in the game where you realize you just let bygones be bygones, and you keep fucking carrying through, and you just keep experiencing the game as it comes at you. There's no other way. Shit's gonna happen whether you love it or not. Say if I was Bloodborne, I'd be the guy in the wheelchair. If I was in Bloodborne, I'd be the cunt that was saying, well, there's a certain adage that is a certain password in the game, I'd be the cunt in the game that would be stating the password, but I wouldn't really have so much of a grasp on reality from that point onwards, if you know what I'm saying. I may have a password. I may have a way of you experiencing a deeper level of lore, a deeper level, unveiling a certain curtain, as it were. But beyond that, that's about all I'd fucking know. That's where I'd be. Just a little too insightful, but not insightful enough. That would create a beast out of me. I think that's where I'd be. In terms of lore with this game. I don't think I'd be any further along than that. If I was any further along than that, I'd be playing Fortnite and creating. I'd probably get some titty streamers and be part of my channel. If you know what I mean.
Go on. You bury it.
Don't forget about hot Viking chicks. No, that's YouTube. Hey Link, what does this remind you of? I know. I've set the bar low there. Zelda. The Jarberkins. Fuck off. Nothing ever happened in Jarberg. Oh! It's locked. I don't know how we're going to overcome this moment. The Radiant Sword Hunter Badge, which is ultimately what we came up here for. To learn a little bit more about this profession.
One of the badges crafted by the Healing Church. The Radiant Sword indicates the heirs
to the will of Ludwig. These hunters, also known as the Holy Blades, are what remains of an ancient line of heroes that date back to a very early age of honor and chivalry.
But if we just kind of squelch back a little bit.
The first of many healing church hunters to come, many of whom were clerics. As it was, clerics transformed into the most hideous beasts.
So one thing we can be sure of at this point, with anyone who has had anything to do with the healing church, in terms of clerics, in terms of vicars, their bestial form will be far more groundbreaking, breathtaking, noticeable, definitely noticeable, than any other. Cleric beast, yes. The cleric beast still will come into effect when we talk about the DLC. There is one certain hunter. So what we get from what we personally get from the cleric beast that we can talk about right now is not only the sword hunter badge, which clarifies that clerics transform into the most hideous beasts, but the sword hunter badge, we get a few different items in that regard from the hunter's dream, which perfectly fit a certain hunter in the DLC. So that is one of those moments where I would love to say this is the person, but for those of you who haven't played the game before, you will not fucking know who that person is. When we come across that person, that is the moment when I will indicate that that is the person that I personally believe is the cleric beast that we come across on the bridge early on in the game. The only reason that I have that thought process is the weapon set that becomes available from the badge is very, very specific. There are 2 to 3 hunters that rock the exact same set throughout the entire game. Only one of which comes from the DLC. The other 2, possibly 3, I still haven't really taken much notice. There was one that was like, I'm pretty sure that you... 2 to 3 that come from that same set, they are only available in the Thamarian Labyrinth. That what I consider being apart, like pushed apart from the main game. Like there's a lot of lore in the Thamarian Chalice dungeons, but there is not a moment of this person in this dungeon is the person that we are versing in this moment right now. There are maybe 1 or 2 moments that cross over, but ultimately there is only one person in the DLC that fits the build, the weapon set, everything when it comes to the cleric beast that I can personally surmise as this is that person and nobody else. It like almost like eliminating all other leads. That's how much I've kind of played. So we're going to explore all that over time. I'm going to jump down here and die right now because I'm concentrating too much on talking, obviously. But it's fantastic nonetheless. Oh, fucking hell. When you really, really, really want to drive a point across, just jump off a fucking cliff and go, this is the ledge that I am going to die on. This is the moment. This is the hill that I will die upon. This is my moment. This is my revelation. Too bad if you don't fucking agree. I'm kidding. I will never be that cunt that says, play the game more. Unless you're wrong. Unless you're very wrong. Time to take the dog out. All right, be a moment. Let me just run around here so we don't die. I'll be right back. I just got a fucking message from wifey. Doggy needs to go out for a toilet break. So, what we're going to do is go for this one. I'll be right back. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being amazing. I will be right back with more Bloodborne very soon.
Lost in memory of
Welcome back. How are we all doing? What's going on, Peachy? How you doing, gorgeous? Welcome on in. Okay. I can't remember where I lost my echoes. I think they're up a little bit further, possibly. Maybe. That was a really, you know, when you're holding on to a piss for that long that everything else seems irrelevant. It doesn't matter how many blood echoes you have. It doesn't matter how far in depth into the game you are. You just need a really good piss. And also you need a little bit of, you need a Snickers, essentially. Because you're not you when you're hungry. We got what we came for in that scenario anyway. There's a few blood echoes. It doesn't really matter. Overall, doesn't matter at all. Who gives a shit? We've got something else that we need to achieve here. I love that you're the guy to challenge me in a certain... Fuck you. Alright, dickhead. Fuck off! Dickhead. Whatever. Look at us. Look at what we've become. Look at what we've achieved. Sit down, cunt. There's not a hell of a lot to this area, other than what we've experienced, but it is cool nonetheless. If we get to wipe out these cunts very, very early on. Not like that though. That leads to a bad scenario. We don't want that scenario. Thank you. So again, we flounder about until we hit a certain area and go, you know what? I don't need to be here right now. There's a whole other area in which I need to explore to connect this area and that area together in regards to storyline. It's still fucking cool to be here. I'm a sucker for story. Oh, hell yeah. I feel like I'm going to get so lost here. No, you're going to be fine. I'm only trying to go for what I feel is quote unquote a true storyline. You can essentially go fucking anywhere you want. It really doesn't matter. There is a moment here with a certain item that is right at the end of this hallway. This is the quintessential moment in the game when it comes to lore. A lot of people overlook it. A lot of people don't pay attention to it. A lot of people think it is just a little bit of exposition. This is not right now what I'm doing, but there is a skull on that altar. That is the quintessential moment, what I believe, of the entirety of the game, where it comes to a breakaway from what the healing church believes, and also what the new clerics believe as being essentially what makes up a hunter, or what makes up I don't want to say worthiness, but worthiness comes to mind when it comes to ascension of oneself.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire?
Well, clearly I can't level up, so let's have a chat.
Over time, countless hunters have visited this dream. The graves here stand in their memory.
The same shit over.
It all seems so long ago. Farewell, good.
Farewell. Now there's a certain thing we need to get for here, and the only way to get that is to wander a certain path. I've just got to remember how to get there. That's all. Is it Old Yarnum? Or Church of the Good Chalice? More antidote, which I love. There are so many placements throughout this game. I think the placement of items throughout this game essentially makes this game one of the best games that I've ever played, purely for that reason. There are areas in this game where you can traverse, where you grab, you just grab certain items from beings through slowing throughout the world, and they end up being the item that you need to counteract the boss fight of the area. There are a few games that do that really well. There's a few games that literally just throw a whole lot of shit at you and just go, this is what you can earn, this is what you got, this is what you got to work with. Congratulations. This game, however, just to go a little bit more into why I fucking love it so much. Every little item that you pick up along the way that you may not think means a hell of a lot usually means a shitload more than you ever warranted, that you thought was going to be warranted. Just for instance, outside of this area, you first start picking up your very first antidotes for the blood beast. This beast predominantly fights you with poison, and the only way to counteract that is antidotes. So when you initially get your antidotes, you're like, your first run through, you're like, yeah, whatever. Who gives a shit? Nobody cares. But your third, your fourth, your fifth, your sixth subsequent playthrough, your blood-starved beast ends up being, I need to covet. I need to fucking covet these antidotes because they are going to be my salvation in the end. The blood-starved beast is your next on your hit list. I think you mentioned that. Fuck yeah, absolutely awesome. Fuck yes. I know you're gonna kill it. I know you're gonna nail it. I know you're gonna have fun with it. It is a bitch of a fight though. It really is. This cunt. The second the kids go to bed, I did some farming yesterday, leveled up a bit. Fuck yeah, nice. I think one day I might do a level up show, a farming show, one of those. We're not at the level that we need to be right now, but at the moment, I think we're just at the level that we need to be to take on a lot of the bosses, or bosses, a lot of the fights in this area. A lot of the fights in this area rely wholly and solely on blunt force attacks. If you've got a heavy thrust, or some fire damage, you should be able to negate whatever happens in this area and come out on top. There's one fight though, which I'm kind of dreading, and all of you may be ready for what that fight may be. I'm not ready for it. You definitely got a heavy thrust. There is there's something on the other side of this fucking wall. that is going to fuck with us for a little bit, because it is a pretty for my experience level, for my level that I'm at right now, not that great. But if we run with it, if we head towards where we're meant to be, we can bypass a certain area and get to where the game thinks we should be in terms of leveling. Right now, beating the Bloodstarved Beast, the game kind of thinks we should be able to take on level 2, 3, Thumerian Church, Thumerian Labyrinth. I myself, I'm a little bit hesitant, purely because I know what I can handle. Anything beyond this area becomes a little bit of a shit fight for me for a little while. The first boss fight isn't too bad, because we got to deal with some trolls that can be easily managed. But beyond that, there is a fight that does take its toll a little bit. We might jump in and out of this area, just purely because we want to. We don't want to fucking ruin our level up chances. We don't want to ruin our blood echo tally too much. I'll have to go to your fight, your VOD. It was definitely a night book. Had fun with it, but it was definitely a night. Wasn't my best foot forward, so to speak. Yikes. Fuck off. So those things essentially will poison you if you let them. There is a trigger right here that you can accidentally step on. That will trigger those creatures. I don't know if it actually triggers that creature, but it does trigger the statues that were here to flick some. I can't remember if it was frenzy or poison or whatever it is, but essentially it's an item that will fuck you. If you accidentally get caught in it. Now, is there a ladder here? So you've got to forgive me. It's again 5 years since the last time I've played a good run through. So some of the Thumerian Church will essentially be uncharted ground, or not uncharted, but make me think twice. Ground, like I don't know where the fuck I am right now, or I don't know where the fuck I should be right now. Alright, asshole. Like there. I should have been able to take those cunts out. I should have been able to aim at them, but clearly not. Cool thing about the Thumerian labyrinth is we get to gain insight levels for free. Right now we're at level 22. We keep floundering between level 19 and 22 because blame me. I myself have got my brain sucked out more than once, which is not cool. So right now, we're gonna stay at this level for the time being. Is it here? No, here. Where are you? Fuck you. There it is. That moment there. That you realize how easy it is to take these enemies apart. But at the same time, if they gang up on you, you're fucked, essentially. So through these Thumerian labyrinths, you're almost forced to go, you know what? Let's forgo how fucking cool I think my build is. Let's forgo how fucking amazing I think my level is right now. And just take it fucking slow. Otherwise, we're going to end up in a situation where I'm well and truly over my head. Oh. You motherfucker. Pretty good game, but I feel like there's a lack of feet in it. Kind of depends, really, doesn't it? Are we talking about how there is a lack of feet in terms of the great ones, or are we talking feats of heroism, exploration, lore building? It really depends on your perspective, doesn't it? Miyazaki of the feet, who specifically likes feet. In terms of Miyazaki having the thing for feet, hence the name, your name specifically, in terms of your name, Miyazaki of the feet, having a fixation of feet as such, a want to see more feet in a game like this. There are games out there for everyone. There are games out there that cater to the wants and the needs for all gamers. In fact, Steam is a very good example. You can find a lot of hentai and a lot of weird I'm gonna say in quote inverted commas, weird shit for people that want to find it. But for you, Miyazaki of the Feet, specifically out of this game, wanting to see more feet out of, well, any Souls FromSoft game, you've almost set yourself up for a loss on purpose, I feel, with that name. Demon Souls had it right. Did it really? Or was it the fact that you really didn't get to you didn't have much of a choice in terms of armor at the very beginning of your experience in Demon Souls? You know, when it comes to Miyazaki loves to run the games as a choose your own adventure, and you've chosen with your name specifically the adventure of feet. You want more feet. Now, I mean, if the company was called From Feet, that might be a really, 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 really good way of finding your kin, as it were. But it's From Soft, so flaccid, as it were. So From Flaccid, let's say. And it doesn't have a lot to do with feet, does it? You're right. Need to make a bootleg company? Maybe. Do you have the backing behind you to do so? Or is this a pie in the sky dream of yours where you wish there were more feet in From Soft games, so they become From Feet games? But right now you're kind of at a stage where you're just hoping. It doesn't really do it for you in this circumstance. Absolutely don't need to make a bootleg of a company if you want to see more feet, to be fair. Yeah, true. I'm from Hard. Yep, I get you. There are a lot of From Hard guys and gals around this neck of the woods. Like, From Flaccid doesn't really ring a bell, but From Rock Hard, even Dwayne Johnson can get behind that, right? From Rock Hard. I don't know. From Feet, though. Miyazaki of the Feet. I think you've set yourself up for a little bit of failure there. You've kind of chosen a very, very niche kink, as it were, when it comes to gaming in particular. From grower, not shower. I mean, you know. Cut of my own garb, as it were. I mean, I'm not going to show you a fucking gigantic bulge if I stand up, but... Anyway. Back to the feet. I really don't think the feet thing's going to be... I don't personally think the feet thing's going to be a huge taker when it comes to, you know, your own, even if it is your own personal want or market makeup company going forward. feet is a very, very niche thing. Like, you've got to think about, you really do have to think about the amount of people that want to see toe jam or ingrown toenails, shortcomings of a pinky toe over the long elongation of your middle to large toe, and having that pinky toe kind of fold in under itself if it has been in a tighter shoe encasing than normal over a period of time, or the folding over of the toenail being in a shoe encasing in a work scenario over time where, you know, the person doesn't really have time to groom themselves, so the nail starts to overhang and it like encapsulate itself to almost act like a cliffhanger, as it were. Are you still there? Feet? Is this turning you on at all? Is this you here? Okay, cool. So is that what you're looking for? Is that what you're chasing? Is that, like, when it comes to these characters, unhooving, unmasking the atrocities that are beneath these costumes? Is that what you're chasing? I really do feel like this person is just out for attention and really doesn't have, other than the name, really doesn't have a lot going for themselves. So I think you've come to the wrong place. Thank you for trying to catch one like myself off guard. But ultimately, you've done a really shit job of it. You've got to come at me a hell of a lot fucking harder to make me reel back and go, Choose another name, come back later. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for being here. Time for some more ritual blood. Cody ranting for 4 hours telling you why Bloodborne is the best game ever out there. I don't need to rant for 4 hours. I just need to tell you straight flat that this is the best game of all time. I don't need a fog wall, as it were, to state why this is the best game. I just need to tell you. For those of you who have experienced games alongside me, with me, who have been there riding shotgun, as it were, the entire time, believe me when I tell you, for me personally, this is the best game of all time. As you can see by me breaking some pots. No, but seriously though. Fucking good game. Link probably dying inside. I don't know. Link's hanging for the Elden Ring conclusion. I love watching Bloodborne. I love the game, even though I only played the beginning through the controller at my boyfriend at the time. But man, that's a hell of a game. I can't deny it. Also made pasta. Fuck yeah! No, the Thumerian dungeons, what we're experiencing right now, is unfortunately, and I will agree, unfortunately a must of the game. You can absolutely play through the entirety of the game without experiencing a single Thumerian labyrinth at all. But there is so much lore that comes from these labyrinths. I wish it didn't. I really do. Me personally, I don't like the labyrinths. There's a lot of lore here. Yes, cool, awesome, amazing. But overall, me personally, I love the fucking lore of the main game. I hate having to fucking fight my way through these Thumerian areas just to get a little bit of extra lore so you can understand what's going on above ground. A lot of the Thumerian lore takes place in the past. So we're not actually playing matter of fact right now what is happening right at this very second. We're playing moments that have to do with the game even before the first hunter was even hunting, as it were. This is more of an explanation of what's going on with the Healing Church and what they have found below ground. The levels of atrocity that came from exploring these areas. First time coming here, but a long time Souls fan. Nice to meet you. How's it going? Game's going fucking great. We just met someone by the name of Miyazaki Loves Feet. Not in game, but out of game. So we're kind of we're kind of in the middle of almost trying to prove why these areas are important. Also, we're trying not to die, which is one of the most important things about this entire series. Is this... Forgive me. Truly forgive me if I can't remember some of these dungeons, because the last time I played them was literally 5 years ago. Interesting. Chalice is such a love-hate relationship for me personally. Lots of cool bosses, items, lore, very... Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with you very much so there. Thumerian chalices, in a sense, are a... If you want to know... If you personally want to know everything about the game and want a true... truly in-depth experience, you're gonna fight your way through the Thumerian dungeons. If you want to base level, top level tier, top of the iceberg, as it were, playthrough, you're gonna miss them. You're gonna be happy with what you got and try to figure out the lore as it goes, which, for me personally, my very first time around 10 years ago was pretty... I didn't fuck with the Thumerian dungeons at all. I saw the Thumerian dungeons as just an extra adage that really didn't need to be fucked with, for lack of a better word. Shit. If you're into PvP, which I am not, I fucking hate PvP at all, in all shapes and forms. PvP for me is the worst experience at all in all FromSoft games. I know that is, I'm a very niche part of the community, as it were, but yeah, overall, I fucking hate PvP. I prefer leave me the fuck alone and let me explore. Completely understand. Community can be pretty toxic. Oh, it's not the toxicity at all, in any way, shape, or form. I think the worst part about PvP comes from I mean, especially in this scenario, Hunter versus Hunter doesn't sit right with me at all. If you are a part of a certain caveat of Hunter, let's say the Vile Bloods versus the Old Hunters. Okay, cool. Having a little bit of a having a little bit of a chin wag, having a little bit of a powwow, having a little bit of a fight. Awesome. But when it comes to Hunter versus Hunter in this game, I mean, ultimately, beside the powder keg hunters, the goals, the ultimate goals of the hunters aren't really that dissimilar from each other. So having them fight against each other really does not make sense at all, which is why I personally don't like PvP in this game. I think the only thing with PvP in this game is quote unquote big dicking yourself. I've got a bigger dick than you. I can fight this much better than you. That is the only reason why I can see that hunters would fight each other in this world. Which really, for me, motherfucker. Yeah, it doesn't do the law justice. Oh, you dick. That's why we're experiencing an overwhelming amount of cunts in this area. Now they're dead. That's not the boss fight, though. you potentially might be... No, you're not a boss either. You're just a roly-poly fuck. Oh, I hate you so much. Never thought about the lore aspect that much. There's a little bit of justification to the hunt of the hunters, but it's more of an excuse, I guess, to justify the PvP for being in this game. As much as it is any of the FromSoft games. I've got a bigger dick than you. There are certainly games in the FromSoft. Bear with me. There are certainly games in the FromSoft lineup that warrant PvP. Like it is definitely hard set part of the lore. It's if you want extra bullshit, that's the way to go. This is one of those games that always felt to me like if you want the extra bullshit, you're gonna have to put up with the excess bullshit, as it were. Zin, what's going on, baby? Hope you're well. I'm doing well. I'm definitely doing well. I'm setting off traps. I'm having a bunch of fun. Also trying to get as many blood echoes as I possibly can, because I do need to level up. Because the next phase of the Thumerian Church is going to be a ball buster. Just like the poison swamps. Oh, definitely Miyazaki cannot fucking resist. I don't know. It's ingrained into him that suffering brings out the best in all of us. There are some of us who don't really handle the pressure of suffering all too well. There are rage quitters among us, and then there are a happy-go-lucky. What's the best term of putting? What's the best way of putting it? The happy-go-lucky, best foot forward types of us. Shit happens. It was meant to happen that way. If it wasn't, we would have been better at it. We would have expected it, etc., etc. At this point, the poison swamps are endearing. I've gone fully Stockholm Syndrome on it. Yeah, Demon Souls. Sorry, Dark Souls, I should say. Some of the poison areas now feel like home more so than any other part of the game. I need the bell lady to fuck off. Where are you? I can hear your bell. I just can't fucking think. where the shit you are. But at the same token, we get a little bit of experience for each and... Oh, you slut. I love you. You get the one fucker that just rushes at you as like, I know where you're at. I know what you're doing. I know you don't expect this, but motherfucker, you're gonna die. A car hits you. Classic. I love it. Welcome home, book. Welcome. Now, is this the area in which we want to, oh yeah. There we go. Now, where the fuck is that bell ringer? Are you here? Or are you in a different place? Somewhere around here, right? Some point we're gonna be like, oh, that was a hard time. Other points we're gonna be like, I just earned a shit ton of experience points from you. Not right now though. Which would you say is your favorite Souls game? My personal favorite, DS3. Are we talking about Souls in particular, or are we talking about Souls, Seki Soulsborne Ring? Are we talking about all FromSoft across the board, or just the Souls series? If we're just talking about the Souls series, DS3. If we're talking about the Seki Soulsborne Ring series, Bloodborne is my favorite game by far. I can't even describe. So much so that I decided, I got a whole sleeve tattooed on my arm purely because of this game. And I'm one not to fucking take tattoos lightly. I'm not one of those people that were just like, oh, I like a thing. It's pretty fucking cool. Bloodborne is the penultimate one and true game of all time in my eyes. The lore, the playstyle, the progression, everything about this game means the world to me. Far beyond every other game. And that includes Outer Wilds. Which Outer Wilds for me was one of the best experiences in gaming I've had personally in years. And this game still fucking trumps that. Hand over fist. Time and time again. You've got Pokemon tattoos, so I like Eevee because my youngest daughter is named Eevee and I love the Eevee lotions. I would absolutely get a tattoo of it. Doesn't mean it's my favorite fucking thing ever. It just has something to do with my personal life. Yeah, Pokemon is one of those games that, like, you can absolutely just go, you know what? This is my favorite Pokemon and I get a tattoo of it. Not taking anything away from the game, but ultimately it's I can sit back and look at it now as an experience where, like, I love Pokemon Go. I love everything about every experience I have partaken through my Pokemon life cycle right now. But nothing has ever come close to meaning as much to me as not only this game, but a FromSoft game. You can absolutely take Pokemon and put it next to this game and say, what's your favorite character? There's nothing really in here that would make me go, you know what? This is my favorite Pokemon in Bloodborne. This is my favorite character in Bloodborne. Whereas Pokemon, I can absolutely choose hand over fist my favorite Pokemon. But if you were to take the lore of Bloodborne against Pokemon, if you were to take the storyline of Bloodborne against Pokemon, I dare say if you were to take the playstyle for a lot of people of Bloodborne over Pokemon, I may be biased, but Bloodborne is going to trump Pokemon hand over fist every single time. You may like Pokemon, but the storytelling of Pokemon is nowhere near the god tier level that Bloodborne is. Your favorite is Snorlax. I don't want to downplay it, but cool. What does it mean to you? In terms of lore with the game. Let's pick it apart right now. In terms of lore with the game, what does the Snorlax tattoo mean to you? Other than it's a pretty fucking cool Pokemon. I'm not gonna fight against that at all. It's one of my favorite Pokemons of all time because it is sleep based. I love sleep. It is a sleep token, if you will. Bullshit. Don't fucking don't put those two things together. Only because Snorlax was a thing way before Sleep Token was a thing. it may be your favorite fucking band right now, but Snorlax was definitely a thing way before Sleep Token was a thing. To the game, not much. To myself, it reminds me of some of my struggles I've gone through with weight, my struggles with eating. I was just younger, and of course, how I've overcome them. Which is, if we're going to pick that apart, if we're really going to pick that apart in lore, is your own particular experience with said Pokemon. It's not a finite lore story. It's just, this reminds you of this. This is why I got that tattoo, because I think ultimately it is cool. And I'm not downplaying it by any means, shape or form. But not saying one thing is better than the other, but it ultimately boils down to what you get out of the character, what you believe is Snorlax at its core, which, I mean, like, if we're gonna be really subjective, could you agree that what you think about Snorlax and what you've got the tattoo for is what the Pokemon is about? I could think one thing about it and the person could think another. Exactly. Uh-oh. Oh. When it comes to experiencing lore, when it comes to experiencing Pokemon, when it comes to experiencing things, would you agree that that Pokemon ultimately is made up of everything about what you think about that Pokemon and not what the overall game intends to be the lore for that Pokemon? As much as I'm fighting my way through some bullshit scenarios right now, there is some really, really, really hefty lore that comes with playing this area. Almost a Mines of Moria theme to the Chalice Dungeons. The prospectors digging too deeply, too greedily. That is one of the overall, like the overarching themes when it comes to anything to do with Bloodborne and the Themerian labyrinth. That too much insight, too much information, too much of anything can be a bad thing. at its core. But we have to keep playing through it all, no matter what, to experience it all, to find out what really is happening here. Most annoying non-boss enemy in the entire game? That fight? No. Absolutely not. Haven't played through enough if you think that's the most annoying one. Even the greatest remedy becomes poison in the right quantity. Oh, fuck yes. Absolutely. Goddamn yes. There are so many levels to this labyrinth, to the lore of this labyrinth that become toxic to some other levels. Say you may understand a certain amount of what's I'm trying to find the terms this late at night, but there are some certain amounts of lore that you can hold in your hand at this level, at this this insight level, and think that I've kind of pretty much got it all figured out. And then later on, obviously, you gain a little bit more knowledge, a little bit more insight. On the outer, you could argue that insight is too much. You have gained too much knowledge, and no normal human being should be able to decipher or be able to pick apart or see the things that we're able to see. But unfortunately, we're able to see them at a higher level of insight, and it gets to the point where we can start seeing things on a level, on a realm that only gods or kin of gods should be able to see things. And for the common man, it doesn't make any sense at all. But for us, we start to try and piece together moments in time. I feel like I'm rambling, but right now, but later on, it's going to make sense. With our insight level later on, we're able to piece together moments of what is truly going on with the overarching story of everything, with Yharnam, with Gascoigne, with Lady Maria, with ultimately the fishing hamlet. There is so much that can be gained by pushing forward and gaining more knowledge and gaining more insight. But the more we know, the worse off we are. When we began this journey, all we knew was we're fighting against some beasts of the night. We're fighting against some villagers that have turned a little bit fucking crazy. But by the end of it all, we find out that there is such an underlying, deep-running curse that lies between the cathedral, the Bergenworth, and the hunters themselves. It's so hard. I'm trying really hard to kind of balance out that. Don't talk too much about what's coming up in the future, but at the same time, talk a little bit about, so enough of you know, for those of you who played, you know. I'm trying to play this as a not too much of a spoiler, but at the same time, we can talk about everything freely playthrough, and it's really fucking hard. A lot harder than I thought initially. If I could only just I almost feel like I almost feel like I want to take control over one of my previous save files where we've experienced a hell of a lot of stuff, but not enough to spoil some later game areas. The early areas in this game make you, or make me personally, want to talk about what happens later on in the game, but ultimately can't. Purely because you're going to have some of you gorgeous people out there, and I love you, that haven't experienced this before. And this is essentially your first foray into the realm of the great ones. So if I was to talk too forward about what's going on in the future, you're not going to understand. You're going to end up shrugging your shoulders at it all and go, you know what? This isn't for me. Something they did such a good job of setting up the rug pull was advertising. Initial gameplay really selling the idea that you're a werewolf vampire hunter. Fuck oath, yes, absolutely. I still remember some of the initial, not only gameplay, but footage that you saw on TV or saw on trailers that you are a hunter of the night. You are going to be hunting some form of beast, whether it be lichens or whether it be vampires. Either or, you're going to be involved in that world. And then when you get into this world, you're like, oh, holy shit. This is nothing like I expected. There is not only areas in which I would never have expected to partake in. We're talking about some of the jail areas with the ransackers, but also some of the lore when it comes to the Vile Bloods. Now, I'm pretty cool with mentioning the Vile Bloods as for now, just in a loose term, because we've heard of them before, but we haven't exactly experienced what is going on with them. I should be a politician. I know how to really fucking twist a storyline into what's the word? You don't know, but you know. Fuck, I just ran in a circle. I mean, fuck you again. This area just keeps fucking me off. It's just gonna be one of those areas that keeps happening. No matter how many times I step on the goddamn thing. Hi, how you going? Where are we going to next in the Thumerian area? You should be a politician. You really know how to ramble on. Oh, fuck oath. I wish I could just go This is the storyline. This is what it is. This is what you expect. This is how the game is played. If I did that, there's a lot of people that haven't experienced Bloodborne before that would be ultimately not only confused, but if you were looking for a spoiler as we go playthrough and not a complete spoiler right from the very beginning playthrough, then you'd be out. You'd absolutely fucking not watch the rest of the series. You go, you know what? I can probably find something on YouTube, or I could just experience someone else playing it. Now, here is the one moment that I really fucking hate about this is my personal pet peeve about the Thumerian labyrinths. We've unlocked this. Where the fuck is the opening? That is the worst part about the Thumerian labyrinths, is where the fuck the opening is once you've unlocked the thing. There's no map, there's no anything. There's literally, you need to figure out where the fuck you need to get to next. Just by running around the area. Can I get to this area? There we go. All right. This is gonna suck. I think this is a three-way fight. It is a three-way fight. Ultimately, this is a bullshit fight. We've got one enemy that is a ranged enemy. We've got two enemies that are up close and personal. The ranged enemy one is fucking annoying. The other two, easy as pie. One would say. I want to like Ghost. I really do. I've tried multiple times over and over the decades. I really can't get to buy it. I really can't get past Tobias' voice. I get you. I totally get you. Ghost is one of those ones where I personally have enjoyed the music. I haven't enjoyed the theatrics as much as I have other bands. I.e. Sleep Token. I have enjoyed Sleep Token way fucking more than I have ever enjoyed Ghost. And I'm definitely not afraid to say that. Okay, you're down. Next. Fucking bullet storm cunt. Yikes. I'm not going to talk you into a geek. The only thing I'm going to say about Sleep Token is the way that the story is written, the double entendre with all of the lyrics that are ever spoken, the perfect, I would almost say ungodly like way the story wraps around upon itself throughout there are 3 albums: Sundowning, what is it? Sundowning, This Tomb Belongs to You, is it? I think it's This Place Will Become Your Tomb, and Take Me Back to Eden. From Sundowning to This Place to Take Me Back to Eden. I used to love Coheed and Cambria for the way that they would include lore in their music and then keep reiterating itself in different lore, and then got to a point where I was so sick and tired of fucking Coheed and Cambria, not as a band itself, but the lore reiterating itself, that I just grew tired of it and wanted to throw it away. Sleep Token are the only band that have ever interested me enough to become re-established with a lore cycle of a band, especially a master band. From Sundowning to This Place Will Become Your Tomb to Take Me Back to Eden is so fucking amazing. The journey from Sundowning being a place where full of angst, full of hatred, full of misunderstanding, to This Place Will Become Your Tomb, a place of feeling lost, a place of feeling so deep within its depths, under the water, it literally feels like you're drowning. And there are a lot of songs to establish that. To Take Me Back to Eden, which feels like I've not only learned my lesson, or I'm learning my lessons, but I'm okay with where I am. I'm okay with what is going on. And I have become a better person for it. Now, that's not including any of the lore. That is just including that all that's including is the way that the albums make me feel. There is a whole load of lore between each and every one of those albums that you get to explore, get to experience and whatnot. But by the end of Take Me Back to Eden, that cycles through and perfectly creates this Jormungandr moment, this snake eating itself moment, this Aurora Borealis. No, what is it called? Not Aurora Borealis, a boreal moment where it feels like the snake is eating itself and just cycling through over and over and over again. Those 3 albums are just perfectly put together. But Vessel, as you'll come to lovingly call him, has such a way with words that every single lyric, every single thing on each and every album becomes this double entendre that makes you not only explore the lore of Sleep Token a little bit more each and every fucking song that you listen to, but also kind of reflect upon yourself in some term, like what this actually means to me. It's not like Coheed and Cambria. It's not a finite lore that belongs to the song, that belongs to a comic book. It's a lore that can be established within the realm of the three albums, but also really, really heavily reflect upon yourself in a lot of ways. It's fucking cool. That's ultimately Sleep Token's fucking cool. Now, where the fuck? No, no, no. Alright, we're one down already. Now this wanker. Fuck off with your bullshit. Oh, crap. You... Sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you, but it's gonna happen. This guy sucks. Yo, boo! And you're dead. And now, last but not least, the last watcher. With your fucking stupid cunt of a fucking weapon. I hate this weapon. It is such a dumb weapon for this fight. Fuck! I'm really playing it out here, aren't I? I could win this. But I'm really fucking going for the slap your fucking face off maneuver right at the very end. Now, we're not at the end of the chalice. We're not at the end of the dungeon. This is only the second. This is only the second level. It gets a little bit deeper than this. Now, we could definitely go a little bit deeper, but we got about 6,000 blood echoes to spend. So we want to go do that before the next area. Let's go back to the Hunter's Dream. My problem with music, I'm 43. Stuck in the past. I just keep comparing everyone to Type 0. That's really not fair. It's completely fair. That is the type of music that is spoken with you. That is the music that you love. That is the music that speaks to you internally, externally, everything about you. If that's not what it does, then you need to rethink of what's going on. Why you think that is the penultimate moment, the penultimate fucking sound in your life. If it is, there is no apologies, there is no problem, there is nothing. Everyone has that moment in their lives where a certain style of music, a certain type of music, a certain way of describing situations in music becomes completely and utterly ingrained in yourself. It doesn't matter. It really, really doesn't matter what's going on around the world, what's popular, what's not popular at all. As long as that thing, that type of music makes you happy or it makes you feel complete, that is all that should matter. But to challenge yourself is always a good thing as well. When you feel like comparing everyone to a certain band or a certain thing or a certain moment, are you comparing them because there is a lot of memory, a lot of good memories attached to the specific moment that you're comparing everything else to? Or are you well and truly happy with where you are in life, in that moment in your existence in this world, that this is the penultimate thing? This is what everything else I feel should be comparing itself to. Like for me with Bloodborne right now, everything else compared to Bloodborne, for me personally, and this is only speaking on my own behalf, through and through, everything else, every other game, nothing can hold a fucking knife, a sword edge, there is nothing that can come even close to being as amazing, as gorgeous, as beautifully told, as well and truly phenomenally put together as Bloodborne is for me. There, for me personally with music right now, I'm not in a place to say that there is one band better than the other right now. I do have my favorites right now. Sleep Token has very much become my favorite because of its exposition, the ability to tell a story, the double entendre of every single lyric of every single song, the perfect way in which sundowning this place becomes your tomb and take me back to Eden encapsulates a story, a fully rounded story. And last but not least, Caramel off the brand new album has spoken on behalf of me in a way that I could never ever have accentuated in my own words. For those of us who are broadcasters or streamers, for lack of a better word, for me personally, Caramel definitely accentuates one of those moments in time where things have become a little bit too much and things need to back away. But for me personally, I can't back away, because if you do, then you literally fall into nothingness in the realm of not only Twitch, YouTube, but everything. You take a day off of work, or you take a day off of your hobby. You essentially take 3 weeks off of your hobby. You take 2 days off of your hobby, or you take 2 days off of your work online. That's like taking a month offline. You take any more than a week offline, it's like starting anew. You almost might as well not come back for a while. You might as well enjoy the time off that you have and disconnect from everything that is Twitch, that is YouTube, that is everything online, and come back a few months later, fresh, ready to go, new way of doing things and whatnot. If you take a couple of weeks off and then choose to come back, you're really fighting against you're really fighting against the algorithm of things. And it's not just a way that I feel about it, but it really is a fact. After we raised the money for the home loan, got the home loan, went through the rigmarole of applying, getting it all signed off, etc. Me taking 2 weeks off, or 1.5 weeks off, I might as well have taken the rest of the month off, if not more. Because coming back, if we're talking about figures, if we're talking about numbers, if we're talking about all bullshit that really, ultimately, at the end of the day, I don't care about, because we just enjoy our time together with what we're doing. But if we're taking a hard step back perspective of what's going on, 1.5 weeks should have essentially been an entire month off. And that's just the way the internet works, with Twitch, with YouTube, with everything. But how you going, Lulu? Welcome on in. I'm just going through we're going through the motions of my own brain right now. But this game especially, this always brings me back to a focal point where, this is what gaming is for me. Essentially, this is what enjoyment of a game is for me. Playing through Bloodborne essentially is the lifeblood of Twitch for me. If I didn't have this game right now, on the back of so many half-ass games, so many fucking failed games, so many games where I wish I'd never even touched or never even started. If we didn't have this game right now, I would more than likely be taking another month, if not more, off. There hasn't been a hell of a lot of games to look forward to in the realm of gaming, in the realm of what I do, in the realm of storytelling. We've got the DLC. We've got Elden Ring DLC to go for, which is exciting me for the future. I'm still excited for the future. Senua's Story Part 2 Another game that I'm excited for, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on hardcore mode in my speciality mode with no map. Looking forward to, but if we didn't have that, there's not a hell of a lot to look forward to in gaming for me personally. I'm trying to think of anything that has sparked other than playing Repo with some amazing fucking people. Truly amazing people, like Little Cthulhu Gamer. If you haven't gone and followed right now, part of the Couch Crew, a part of such an amazing group of people. Please, if you haven't already, go follow. Who? You! Cunt. Fuck you. What you like, and not every game is going to be forever. Exactly. No, I truly agree with that. The only downside to it is there's not a hell of a lot of stuff going on in the realm of gaming at the moment, for me, that can become a part of other people's worlds. Bloodborne's definitely one of those ones that sparks interest and love and adoration in a hell of a lot of people, because this is lore. This is unbridled fucking amazing lore. Again, my own personal opinion, one of the best games ever. But then we've got games like Nine Souls, where you could have phenomenal storyline, phenomenal fucking exposition with characters that really get you involved in their lives, and just absolutely shits the bed at the finale enough to make you go, I'm never going to play that game again. For me personally, Dredge, or whatever the game was, a Snorefest, some personable characters, really nice setups in certain characters, and it ultimately shit. I fucking hated it. I really don't like it. Unsure if you've seen Inatria, might be up your alley. I got gifted one tonight, and I also so let me just save here. Let's escape. Let's go back. Let's say this moment was mine.